What's up guys, welcome back to another record of Ragnarok video. Today I'm going over the 5 biggest chads in the story that we've seen so far. So if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe and join the Discord to talk more about its greatness. Now I hope you enjoy these chads. So first up we have Zeus, the supreme god and the chairman of the Council of Valhalla. He's also known as the godfather of the cosmos and considered the strongest god, you know. With this alone you can already see his chadness growing. He's the strongest and most dangerous god that has ever lived, and he can intimidate anyone just with his presence alone. Like, you've got to start off with his backstory where he defeated Thor and killed his father Kronos during a battle. Like, just, you know, killed his father who was one of the strongest gods, defeated him, killed him with ease. And then how, you know, the second round of the record of Ragnarok tournament went. It was meant to be Shiva's turn to, you know, go out and fight against the opponent Adam. And then, you know, Zeus is like, oh, it's Adam, okay. Shiva, step aside. She was like, what do you mean step aside? He looked at it, oh, step aside, it's my turn. And then kept saying it until she was like, ah, shit. Then when, you know, a bit rage increased his, you know, presence, and, you know, this, like, oh, shit, she was like, ah, shit, okay, Zeus, you can go. You're more Chad than me. This walks past, and, you know, Zeus just goes out and bodies Adam. Adam probably the strongest that we're ever gonna see on the humanity side, and Zeus just goes out and bodies him. And then he has, you know, his transformation, you know. He goes from, like, little old man skinny form to, you know, super buff Chad form that's, like, destroying the whole stadium with, like, rage after, like, maybe a god has been destroyed or so and so with this rage, just spotting every other god, just not taking shit from anyone. And then he had, like, his ultimate form, his Adamas form, where he, you know, compresses all these super Chad muscles into tight little muscles, but they're that fast and indestructible that he just bodies everyone that can even touch him, you know. Zeus, the Chad, the godfather of the Chads. That's all you can say about our boy Zeus. Up next we have Thor, the Nordic god of thunder, and regarded as the strongest Nordic god in the series. You know, this Chad that's going around, first round up against Blue, another Chad that I may talk about soon. This goes against him and defeats him with relative ease, you know, this Chadness all around. He has his godly strength, his godly hammer, his electrokinesis, you know. I tend to lean towards people who can use lightning as the ability to, you know, to enhance their Chadness, and, you know, for the power of the lightning ability to use electrokinesis, you know, this brings up his Chadness a little bit more. Going up against Lubu's Sky Eater technique with his Gerard Force hammer, this Chadness all around. His backstory, fighting against the giants, taking out a whole pretty much race of giants alone, just destroying all of them almost 4,000 years ago, and becoming one of the top gods of the Valhalla Council. You just gotta respect Thor, and, you know, he's just badass. Like, badassness tends to increase Chadness, so there we go, we have Thor at number 2. Up next we have Adam, the father of humanity and the hope of humanity. You know, he starts off with his Chadness in his backstory where he pretty much flexed on the gods. Like, he started off being the closest human to the god, being part of the Garden of Eden, all that, and then all the stuff that happened with his wife and the snake and everything down there. This goes and kills the snake, and then, you know, I don't need all this god bullshit, and this fucking leaves like an absolute Chad. This flex on all of them, enraged the gods for years, and this is what led to Zeus wanting to fight him to get revenge for the flexing that Adam did on them. And, you know, Adam starts off by, like, stomping Zeus, just defeating Zeus until Zeus has to go 100% power and still almost loses the fight. He has godlike strength, and he's like ultimate godly Chadly ability, Eyes of the Lord, which allows him to copy pretty much all these other Chad abilities, which is just even more insane and adds to his Chadness. The only reason he was able or was defeated by Zeus is because his human body, and he went blind and pretty much had given out due to his human limitation. That's why. If he had, like, you know, a godly body, he'll be unstoppable and be able to body everyone. This is fact as that. I don't think anyone else apart from Zeus that we've seen thus far in the story will be able to even match Adam in a one-on-one fight. So it's as simple as that. It's above most of the gods, and it only takes another Chad to defeat a Chad like Adam. Now we have Blue, the flying general and a warrior, or the strongest warrior of the 3 kingdoms. You know, his Chadness started with his backstory. A typical trait with many Chads throughout stories is that they tend to be bored with power or have no one to fight, and that's the same thing that happened with Blue. He had defeated everyone ever since he was a kid they could ever want, and became, as said, the strongest of the 3 kingdoms. And, you know, he was just bored with power and just wanted to die. He pretty much let himself get defeated, became a prisoner, and just died, you know, happy because he was bored. No more fighting to be done. He had defeated everyone who he wanted to defeat. There was no one left for him to defeat until he came into this record of Ragnarok tournament to face the gods, where he was in the first battle against Thor, where he was actually able to damage before. Another Chad that I've already talked about during this ability, or during this video, I mean ability, what am I saying? And you know, his technique, which you know brings his Chadness up to the level of reaching the top 5 in this video, his Sky Eater technique, his ultimate move that allows him to pierce the sky with his weapon alone. And with that, you can't tell me he isn't worthy of the Chad title. And the last one for today's video, we have Kojo Sasaki. So before his, you know, defeat on Poseidon, where he bodied Poseidon, his history, or his real life before he actually died, he wasn't very much of a Chad. He had became history's greatest loser, not winning any battles whatsoever. He did win some, but as a whole, he didn't really win any battles and he was killed. So before that, he was a Chad, but when he's dead, he's still training in his death, bringing up his Chaddness. And another typical trend for Chads is them to start from the bottom, not a Chad, and build their way up until they are a Chad. And that's what Sasaki did very well, being able to take out one of the strongest gods, Poseidon, who had taken out another god or killed another god in the past. And, you know, Sasaki just comes in and bodies him with relative ease. Once he got all his powers organized and all his everything just ready to go, he just destroyed him, slayed him like a beast, and he was the first person to defeat a god in the Record of Ragnarok tournament, and you just gotta respect him for that and give him the Chad title. So that's pretty much 5 Chads from Record of Ragnarok. If you want a part 2 for this video, let me know down in the comments. Let me know some other types of Record of Ragnarok videos you want me to cover. I may make a community post asking for this in the coming week as well, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to check out my other Record of Ragnarok videos, and that's it guys, peace.